If you're an introvert, there is no excuse for you.
Because there's always an extrovert looking for you.
Yeah. You have to put yourself in where those people are. Welcome to the Sunday Reset. I'm Jen.
I'm Jill.
And today we are talking about making friends in your 30s, eating food at any age, and some frugal living habits that we're interested to see how many of them you're already doing. If you're going all of them or some of them,
Just a few.
We're interested.
Let's get into our weekly money move. So every week we post a weekly money move that you can do both on our Instagram at Weekly Money Move. You can follow and get a short little clip in explaining what that is. It also is sent in the friend letter, which you can sign up for free at our link in the bio. But this week's money move was build your network.
Yes. And this is so underrated when we're talking about money management. I loved the video that we did for it. Also, make sure you're getting the friend letter, frugalfriendspodcast.com, because we put the text version of the video in there. And I will go to conferences to build my network.
You love conferences. You come back so hyped up after a conference. So many ideas, so many friends, so much merch.
So many
much swag.
freebies, so much swag.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Every good thing that's happened to us in our business has been a direct result of somebody I know who's done it before us, and they have helped us get there. It's 100%. It's like no competition. You can try to muscle your way through it, white knuckle your way through doing it on your own, or you can shortcut it by networking with people who are doing the things that you want to be doing. And I don't do it as a, like, what can I get from you sort of thing. These are relationships that are nurtured. They're not like best friend relationships. These are relationships you make in your 30s to further your, your goals, honestly. Not even your career or money, but just like all of your life goals.
Yeah, but everyone still wants to have fun. So
right. And so
you're
for me,
all
conferences
there for growth and camaraderie.
So I went to Mom 2.0, which is a conference that's held every year in a different place. This year it was in Orlando. Next year it'll be in Austin. So I went there because a lot of my network is in personal finance. I've been going to a conference called FinCon for about 9 years. And so I know a lot of people, all of your favorite bloggers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, podcasters, obviously. Like, I know a lot of them. And it has helped us immensely. We all help each other and grow together. But I wanted to meet people outside of finance that were doing these creative things. And it was so good. I met some great people. I met brands that want to work with people, with women specifically. And so it was really great. I've already been able to connect with people who are where I want to be. We're new to YouTube. So that was something that I wanted more wisdom on. Yeah. And I was able to connect with a creator who has millions of subscribers across platforms. Shout out to AJ Wolf at Disney Food Blog. So yeah, and she gave me her wisdom. We're going to have her on the podcast when her book launches in August. So yeah, this has been the biggest money maker for me. And it's been peripheral from direct monetization of things. And it's not just for business owners. It is for, W-2 employees, managers. If there's a place you want to go, you will get there faster by knowing more people, knowing the right people, being intentional with building relationships. I went to Mom 2.0 alone. Jill didn't go with me. I didn't know anybody going there. And I went to the mixer the first night and I just met a bunch of people.
Which is very bold.
Yeah.
I think that would be
And I'm an
a little
introvert. I'm not
terrifying
an
for a lot of
extrovert.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of it was me just putting myself out there, being in the right place at the right time so that the extroverts could come pick me up. That's the thing. Like, that is really what happened. So if you're an introvert, there is no excuse for you.
Because there's always an extrovert looking for you.
Yeah. You have to put yourself in where those people are.
I am so glad that you like conferences because you're right. It has helped our business so much, particularly when you've gone to FinCon in the past. I went once. Conferences aren't totally my jam, but I'll go begrudgingly occasionally.
She is going to go this year.
Yeah, I'm going to go this year.
Because we're speaking.
Yeah, but I do like it as a tip for growing and expanding your career or switching fields. I think if you don't know, I don't, everyone says you got to know people to get the job that you want, but I don't know anyone in the field. Conferences, it's a beautiful thing that they are open to the public.
Continuing education, conferences, networking events, birthday parties.
Go to birthday parties
honestly,
and talk to people.
Like if your friend is in, like tech and they have a birthday party, who's going to be at that party? Other people in tech, right? Mm-hmm. So like just these one-off parties as well. It's about striking conversations with people and being bold enough to do that.
Yeah. But also building our network, not just for the sake of what it could mean for our career, but I think our skill set, our relational needs. I think there's a lot that can come from just meeting people in your neighborhood or your local community, sharing common interests that might not necessarily seem directly tied to bettering our finances. But when we are caring for all aspects of ourselves, we are also in turn caring for ourselves financially. So I think even learning a new skill like how to make sourdough or how to garden, these are the types of things that can also come from being in community, building your network.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because building a network doesn't mean you're just taking, you have to offer as well. Mm-hmm. That's an important part of networking, and that's what makes it not skeezy. So if I'm, trying to talk to someone about YouTube, then I'm also going to offer anything I can about podcasting. So like when I was sitting down with AJ, she's launching a book. I just launched a book. Mm-hmm. And so she's like vetting PR companies. And I was like, this is, the woman we wish we worked with and stuff like that.
Yeah. Wealth isn't just financial. It's also relational. When we have a big community, we are the most wealthy.
Take that away.
So for me, not as intentional as I'm going to go to this conference. However, we recently got this studio this year. And so it's in a larger office space with a lot of other people working in a variety of different fields. And this office, co-working space, is very intentional about creating opportunities for people to connect and meet one another and learn and grow. And so me being actively open to that as much as possible too, making sure that when I go make my lunch in the kitchen, I'm available to talk to other people, visiting the person up at the front desk. And whenever they offer some events within the office, trying to attend as many as we can. So we just went this past week to a training that they offered within the office space for anybody who wanted to go. And they also offered lunch. So that was
they had free lunch.
That's
love
really
that.
what got me. But offered an opportunity to meet more people. We've been able to connect and share expertise with different people here on questions that we have that would have taken us a whole lot longer to find the answers to those things.
Literally just being in the proximity of other people that do other things has been so helpful. And I think one of the differences between us, the reason I thrive at conferences is I have to be in that mode. Like when I'm here to work, and I'm not necessarily here to talk to other people, but you'll integrate it in your day to day. You'll go in and out. And so that works for us really well.
Right,
but you can identify that in yourself and just see what is, your style.
Yeah.
But networking is so important. And we offer a action step in the Weekly Money Move video and in the friend letter that you should absolutely check out.
At Weekly Money Move on Instagram. What are you doing?
I thought I had an old 401k around here.
You do know Capitalize can find and roll over old 401ks for you for free?
What's Capitalize?
They are a company that can find old 401ks, 403bs, and roll them over into an IRA of your choosing for free. You tell them where you want your money moved to, or they can give you suggestions if you're unsure based on your financial goals. Then they do all the calls and paperwork so you can rest easy knowing your money is where you want it.
Do I even need to switch it? Seems like it's fine where it is.
You absolutely need to switch it. Your money might be fine now, but your old employer could change plans, switch investments, charge account fees that could all burn through your returns.
You're right. And if Capitalize will do it for me for free, I have no excuse. Now I can get back to
Meal plan.
Okay. So this week was a emergency meals week for me.
Every week. Let's just say it's our emergency meal plan.
Well, that's why. So we made a recipe book with 15 emergency meals, frugalfriendspodcast.com/meals. We'll have that in the description too. But I feel like we only talk about 3 recipes a week, even though there's 7 days, because so many of our meals are emergency meals, but it just blended in for me this week. So I did a turkey taco bowl.
Yum.
With just ground turkey and actually no. So it was the recipe was a turkey taco bowl, but I had chicken crumbles that were already taco seasoned.
Oh,
that were like
convenient.
pre-cooked. Yes. That was one of those Costco things that I got. So I did that on a salad with some beans, and I made some rice for my family, and just, random taco accoutrement.
Nice.
I had also tortillas that I took from a restaurant that we ate at. We were not going to eat them, and they were just going to be thrown away. So I wrapped them in a napkin and I put them in my purse.
Because you couldn't ask for a to-go box?
Well,
they were the type of
it was a buffet.
Oh, Jen, you're going to get us canceled.
No. They were going to throw them. They were already, Travis brought them to our table, and he was like, I forgot I had these. And they were going to throw them away, right? And I was like, no, I will not waste these tortillas. It's all we took. We just took the tortillas.
Yep.
So did that. I also did a pasta bolognese with beef. I love doing the pasta bolognese either with ground beef, or ground turkey. I actually prefer ground turkey. I think so. I just do a jar of marinara, ground turkey. I actually made the ground beef after I heated up the chicken crumbles for taco bowls. I then dumped the beef in the same pot, less dishes, cooked that up, and then put it in a container for the next night.
Yeah.
So that it was essentially a one-pot meal, because I just cooked the pasta, drained it, and then put the marinara and the pre-cooked beef already in there, topped it with noodles, stir it up, dinner.
Beautiful.
Dinner.
Wow.
And then I also, the night before I made tacos, I had some potatoes that were going bad, so I needed to cut them and roast them.
Yep.
So actually my plan tonight is to do a ham and potato quiche.
Yum.
It's because I have some ham in the fridge. I already have those meal prepped potatoes.
I love ham and potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a meat and potatoes kind of gal, really.
So, that was my week.
Awesome. Okay, this week for me, we had lemon ricotta pasta and chicken, which sounds really fancy, but it's not that complicated. And if you watched our other recent Sunday Reset, where I talk about St. Linda, my mother-in-law, her ricotta cookie recipe, so good. So good. You got to do that. Go back. I don't know which one it is, but watch them all and find out the lemon ricotta cookie recipe.
Please.
Or just Google lemon ricotta cookies. But if you have leftover ricotta, here you go. Make some pasta.
I don't know why you would have leftover ricotta, why you wouldn't just make 1,000 of those cookies, but if you do.
Yeah, here you go. Make the lemon ricotta chicken. And then we had turkey meatballs and asparagus.
Mm.
So yeah, that's a yummy one. Here's the thing. You can go all out and make your own turkey meatballs, right? Everyone knows that. You can also just buy pre-made turkey meatballs. Whatever your season's going to allow for you. We are on a big kick of comparing cost per serving. So if you buy pre-cooked, pre-made foods, but it is less than what it would cost you to go out to a restaurant or even get takeout, you're still winning. Of course, we know that making things yourself is going to drop the cost even more. But if you're in that place where I just need these emergency meals, I do want to try to eat at home as much as possible. And I also need convenience. There you go. Don't beat yourself up over it. And making asparagus. So this asparagus recipe that I also linked is one of my favorites. And it's so simple. It's, I would say, restaurant quality asparagus. So it's one of those things that can be really fast, but really yummy too. And then another quickie, stir fry with some frozen veggies. We both love our frozen veggies. And you know what? Don't knock it, because those veggies are frozen at peak ripeness, but also they're usually pre-chopped. So not only are they fresh, they're chopped, and they're usually pretty inexpensive.
I hate doing work.
And then it's less food waste because you don't have to use the whole bag, and you just put whatever you don't use back into the freezer. So that's a good way to get a quick meal as well.
Yeah. 4 out of 6 of these are variations of what you'll find in that 15 emergency meals cookbook. So
our little cookbook.
Yeah. frugalfriendspodcast.com/meals. There are no pictures because these are meals you don't want to look at.
And they're hardly recipes. They're mostly a guide, but they all have 5 ingredients or less and are based around what you probably already have on hand.
5 ingredients-ish or less.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, unless you're counting like salt and pepper as ingredients, but
yeah.
Okay. And yeah, it's free. So frugalfriendspodcast.com/meals. Listener question.
Okay. Our frugal friend wants to know, what are some low barrier to entry tips to get my husband on board with becoming frugal? This is a great question, because usually one partner wants to move towards a frugal lifestyle and the other one is not there yet, because at one point you weren't there and you got together when neither of you were there. So that makes sense. So how do we get that other person caught up to where you are?
We need some low barrier to entry things. We need it to be super simple. Just like when we're decluttering, we're not going to go to our sentimental items first and make it super hard on ourselves. We're going to start with low-hanging fruit, stuff that's super simple to do, that you can do, that you can model. Hopefully then your partner can see that, oh, it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
And you just kind of build from there.
Because when your partner's thinking about cutting costs and being more frugal, the first thing they're going to jump to is like, oh, they want me to give up my favorite thing.
Yeah.
And that's not what we want to start with. That's probably maybe what you want to start with, especially if their favorite thing costs a lot of money. But that's not where we start.
It is what I do to Eric. I always try to cut his favorite thing. So you're not wrong.
Right.
He is scared for good reason.
We are not.
It's what I want to go
right.
for.
We're not starting here. So we're going to go through 7 effortless frugal habits that you can start to model or suggest. And I would love to know in the comments after we go through the list, how many are you doing right now? And especially if you're getting all 7 out of 7, let us know. Brag about it.
Give us even number 8, Add to the list.
Give us number 8. It's got to be effortless though. Let's hive mind this and let's see how many effortless tips we can come up with.
Okay, so the first one is to use up what you already have. So the lotion, the candles, the shampoo, the can of beans, the bag of whatever grain you have that's in the back of your pantry you forgot about. Don't go buy new. Use up what you already have, barring the fact that the lotion doesn't give you a rash or something, right? Like we're not trying to hurt ourselves in this, because I know sometimes that's the reason we like don't use it up. It's like, oh, but then we still keep it around. Why? So use up what you already have. And if you're unsure, oh, I got that food item, but now I don't know what to do with it, or I tried it once and it didn't taste that good, turn to the internet for help. Even ChatGPT. How can I use up this item?
Or
and
this,
try
even
a
this
different
amount.
recipe?
Like I have a quarter cup left of quinoa. What can I use that in? This happens a lot like in food. So I have a recipe that calls for maybe, broccoli and quinoa, and I don't have enough quinoa. So am I going to go out and buy more when I have lentils or wild rice blend? So get creative, use up what you already have. Next is eat leftovers for lunch. And so this can be strict leftovers. So one of the tricks that we do is when the meal is prepped, 2 servings go in the glass container, 2 servings go on the plate, and that's what we have. Mm-hmm. That way we don't overeat. So we're like taking in more calories than we need for the day. And we have enough for food the next day so that we don't have to buy food, because we only, it's a 4-serving meal, but we only but we made it into 3 servings because we didn't watch the portion size. Or you can do a repurposing. So we are maybe eating up all of our sides tonight, and we've got the cooked chicken, and we're doing cooked chicken tomorrow with like different sides, maybe like snacky type sides. So doing something, but just making sure you are thinking about lunch the night before.
Yeah. Like if you end up doing the turkey meatballs and asparagus, then the next day for lunch, do some turkey meatballs on a bun with maybe some marinara sauce from the meal you steal from Jen. So there you go. All right. Number 3 is to re-gift strategically, though. We're not talking about just giving like your sloppy seconds to people, but if you're receiving something that you end up not using, consider a way that you would be able to give that away to another person who might really enjoy it. So, for instance, there was a time, I think after a surgery that I had, a lot of people so kindly had given me a bunch of cozy socks and candles and lotions, a lot of the same things. It was very nice, but I didn't need all of it. So I stacked it away. I do have a little gift bin. It's not massive, but I do have one part of my cupboard where I will keep my gift wrapping, gift paper, as well as extra gifts. If I maybe pick something up at a thrift store or somebody gives me something that is very nice, but I just don't have a particular interest in it, I put it into that thing. So I don't have to, and not only saves me money, but it saves me time and so sometimes kind of the thought through what am I going to get, needing to go online or needing to go out and shop for it. I can just look into my little gift pile. What do I already have that I can re-gift to somebody else?
And then I didn't know this, and I got free cozy socks at the Mom 2.0 conference, and I gave some to her.
Yeah, and I was like, I got too many of these.
And
but
she
you know what?
cannot re-gift mine because they have a brand name on them.
Oh, no.
They're brand, not sock brand.
Well, if one of my friends watching ends up getting a branded cozy sock, you already know me.
So I do this with kids' gifts.
Yeah.
Also, normalize secondhand gifting. Just do it. Normalize it.
It sounds like, oh, what are you getting from the thrift store? Not underwear, okay? It's not that. It's a really nice vase that I'm putting my own clipping into. Sometimes there are unused candles at the thrift store. There's home decor. There's even note cards that you can purchase there at a discount to be able to write letters to people. So all kinds of stuff you can get secondhand, but even just regifting.
Yeah. Next is the 24-hour wait rule. And I know that this is debatable. Some people use 48, some people use 72, but doing a 24-hour wait before buying anything over a certain threshold online, but I would say anything. So some people do 25, some people do 100, whatever. I say 24 hours before you buy anything online. Let it sit in your wish list, not in your cart, but maybe in your cart if you're sure you want to buy it, because then you could get some discounts potentially. But always waiting to see if it's something that you really, truly do want and cannot get via a buy nothing group or Facebook Marketplace or an online secondhand retailer.
Yeah. Number 5, you saw this one coming because we're talking effortless. Make your coffee at home.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love Bones coffee with natural and artificial flavorings.
It doesn't mean never buy coffee out, but it is looking at how often are we going out. I know you're trying to get me.
I know. I did.
I'm gonna go past it.
She did. She was the bigger person. I'm not.
You know what? You can do what you want, Jen. And I'll support you. So I would also say finding coffee. So and this is why I'm gonna let it go, because I think that you do need to look forward to the coffee at home. I think that's a big reason we go out, is because it feels special. How can we try to find that at home? It might include different varieties of coffee, because I think when we get into a mundane routine is when we grab for something that's special. So finding the way to make coffee that you really like, whether it's French press or pour over, or you maybe even splurge for a machine that's going to make you really nice coffee that keeps you having coffee.
A machine that
home.
You bought on Facebook Marketplace.
Yes, you don't have to
a
buy
nice
it brand
quality one that you found.
And then maybe you're changing out the creamers, or you're trying different techniques and creating some variety in the ways that you make coffee at home. But make it good. Figure out what you like, how to make it good, and do that more often.
I have been really loving this salted caramel cold brew from one of my favorite coffee shops. And I was like, I'm buying this too much. So I looked up how to make a salted caramel syrup on the internet. And now I've been doing that.
Yep.
So it's the same feeling, special, yummy, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But I save $6 every single time.
Amazing.
Yeah. So next is washing clothes in cold water.
Easy. Super
so
effortless.
Easy.
Push a button.
Better for your clothes. Cuts your energy bill. I follow Jeeves_NY. He's a dry cleaner on Instagram. And he says you only need to do hot water washing for items that really touch your skin a lot, like sheets, sometimes towels.
Yeah.
Sheets and towels is really what he said. But like everything else can be cold because it's better for your clothes.
Yeah. It'll make your clothes last longer. So there's like a couple of different money saving things that happen there.
He also does laundry detergent. Like he tests all different laundry detergents, including DIY. And
is this where you're coming for me?
He has been finding that powders are increasing. There's one brand that's just better than all of them, but powders consistently have been doing better than liquid, not DIY powders.
Jen, I make my own laundry detergent. It's worked for me. Inexpensive.
I mean, I've been liking following Jeeves_NY.
Okay.
If you're into learning about laundry, like nobody ever taught me laundry, and I am not good at getting stains out, he's been very helpful.
Wow. So, and I enjoy single origin coffee beans that I grind in my own home. So there you go. You know what? If you're going to come for me, I'm going to come for you. Number 7, last but not least, tell us if you do this one. Use a grocery list digitally. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but we love a digital grocery list because it will help us to be putting down what we need as the thought comes up.
Always in your hand, right?
Yep. So you're not forgetting anything. Also, bonus points if you share that grocery list with other members of your household so they're able to also add to it. You can even grocery shop together, cross it off the list. I've shared this before on the podcast, but this is something Eric and I do, and we will kind of gamify our grocery shopping a bit to also help cut costs. That once we step foot in the store, the grocery list is locked. We cannot buy anything that is not already on the grocery list. Sometimes I'll be a little loosey-goosey with it, and so we get one audible, like one thing that we could impulse buy. I know.
Cancel.
Wild.
Her.
So wild.
Nah.
But it really helps us to stick to our list. It helps me to create the list before we're in the grocery store. It helps me to be more on top of meal planning, to make my grocery lists and meal plans around what's already in my fridge, pantry, freezer. Some of those things are a little bit next level. Just start with the grocery list, share it with that partner who's a little bit reluctant, have them be able to say, what do you want from the grocery store? What sounds good to you this week? And give it a try.
Yeah, I will do my grocery list right in the grocery store app. Like I don't even have a separate list. When I need something, I go into the app, add it to the cart, and it just stays there until the end of the week and I'm ready to check out. So and my husband also is logged into the app so he can add things as he theoretically would want to, but does never. So that is an option. And these things, if you do them together and you can kind of for a couple months start to create these small habits and then show like, look, by eating leftovers, look how much money we've saved in this 90 days compared to the last 90 days. And it feels like we've done almost nothing, right? Look by how making our coffee at home has saved us $100. And now we can spend this $100 on a really nice dinner out versus just putting it on the credit card and having to pay interest on that dinner out. How using a grocery list remember how we used to throw all this food away? And we haven't really been doing that the last couple months. So once you can start to make these effortless habits and show the results, then we start working up to other things that get bigger results.
If you're looking for more ways to save money, check out this video.